All right, here we are, Sub CLE. I'm kind of excited about this one because a longtime friend of mine, Hollywood Bob, is going to be joining us. Well, he's actually here in the room with us right now. This guy's a legend. There's nothing more Cleveland than Hollywood Bob. I know the name doesn't really...
Yeah, well, I'm excited.
tell that. But and then we also have State Meats.
It's a sausage party up in here.
Yeah, it's a sausage party. And we have State Meats. I figured I grew up on Smokies here in Cleveland, and I thought that I don't know, that just, I mean, I'm sure it's everywhere, but that's something I remember from my childhood, and I'm from
me
Cleveland,
too.
So, yeah.
I remember that. What was it called? Jerky Chew.
Oh,
it was beef jerky in like a plastic tin.
I had the.
It was
I remember
it was
that.
like shredded, like kind of like it was kind of like the beef jerky of tobacco.
Right.
Only it was beef jerky. I remember that.
Man, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with it. Okay. Because they sold it all the time at the Sportsman show.
And you could feel like an adult, like Big League Chew or something like that. All right. But anyway, I already teased. So here's Hollywood Bob. So Hollywood Bob, I met this guy when I was working at the airline. He owns a limo company, and he has some pretty interesting stories to tell. I did a little bit of artwork for him. He used to drive for Harvey Pekar, which is another...
Harvey.
Cleveland.
We miss
staple.
you, Harvey. We miss Harvey Pekar.
Yeah, Harvey Pekar was pretty cool, man. So, but hopefully we can have Bob tell us some stories about Harvey Pekar. So here he is, without any further ado. This is Hollywood Bob.
Harvey Pekar was a great man.
Bob, tell us about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Cleveland and everywhere.
Bring that mic a little bit closer to you. Yeah.
My real father was a Jew.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I was 4 years old, I found out a couple of days ago that he used to beat up my other family members. So my mom then divorced him, and she married a German guy, Arnie. So he always took care of us.
Yeah.
But then when I was 13, I robbed a bank in Chagrin.
You robbed a bank?
Yeah.
Did you get caught?
All right.
Yeah, Smitty at that time was the chief of police.
Yeah.
He thought that was pretty cool.
Bring that mic a little closer to him if you could. Just tighten that up so it's, I got to hear these stories, man.
It keeps falling down. There we go.
Yeah.
Tighten it up so it doesn't fall down.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, he was. He thought I was pretty cool.
Yeah? Your father?
No, the chief of police in Chagrin. He stuck up for me. But he says, you can't be a Hell's Angel and stuff coming to this little small town.
You were a Hell's Angel?
Yeah, I got pictures of that and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were a Hell's Angel at 13?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Had a Harley and everything else. But we went to bars in local and everywhere else in Warren.
Yeah.
And I just can't beat people up.
Yeah.
So then I got hooked up with Jim Trafficking.
Okay.
And I didn't.
Jim Trafficking.
Yeah, wasn't he like a senator or something?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. He was a chief of police in Warren, Ohio. That's what I know. And then when I got to start driving bikes and stuff, he talked me into hanging out with the Gambino family. So I used to have to take the old man to church every Sunday at the Bishop Pillar's place, and I get $50 an hour. So I used to take his hat off, shake it, take his jacket off, shake it. So the fourth time I was there, Bishop Pillar came over. He said, "You're scaring the hell out of these people." I said, "Tell the people to look in the mirror, because they scare me, because they asked for forgiveness on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday robbed people."
Right.
So then right after that, the old man died. So then Jim got elected, went to Washington. So I picked him up, took him and his wife to Washington, and I says, you just got to be careful. He was going to tell everybody what goes on in Washington, and I told him, you don't do that. And they put him in prison for 2 years. So I got a call from his wife. Can you pick us up? I said, yeah, because, you people are nice people. I don't care what people say about you. But I picked him up. I said, what are you going to do now? He said, I'm going to be a farmer. And so he went from sheriff's department to Washington. I says, you didn't tell anybody. And he says, that's what they put me in prison for. So you got to watch out yourself. I said, I went through this route before. So guess what happened to him? He got a tractor, and he died. They said he fell off his tractor, which he did, and he took a sledgehammer, hit him in the head, and put him down, made it look like the tractor fell on him.
Oh, crap.
Whoa.
So about a month later, his wife called, and I said, what you should do is just once a month, go to the cemetery and ask for forgiveness for him and say a prayer for him. So, some of the people I've been with.
Wow.
Wow, that one takes your breath right away.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Well, it's on my books, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and we should say that, Bob writes a lot of books.
Bob's prolific writer. Lots of stories,
Well,
lots of writings.
You ever hear of Newt Gingrich?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Newt Gingrich
I
before,
told him,
absolutely.
too. He said, we just can't figure who you really are because we try to get you to go to Washington. I said, I don't want to be in Washington. He said, why? He said, because everybody you don't like has accidents, and I don't want to, I don't want to die yet. I said, you guys tried to kill me in 2010. You pushed me into a tree. I says, and then while I'm laying in the car dead, I heard a voice saying, get up, we're sending you back because your job's not complete. So I shook my head, blood's all over, and he says, you're never going to die. You're never going to get old, but you have to take care of the animals, old people, and watch what you're doing. And that's what I do nowadays.
Wild stuff, man. Absolutely.
So,
taking care of people and animals.
Well, I do that now. I got a wife that she started some crap out last night with me because I sold my 2 buildings, and there was a calico and a blackie. So I brought them home. I didn't know blackie was a male, and calico was a
We're
female.
talking
Two
about
cats.
cats.
2 cats. You brought 2 cats home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I had 5 animals now. But when I was at the shop, I had a pigeon and a dove as a pet in my office.
Oh.
So they're in my office. I mean, in my bed, in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So when I go to bed at night, Mom and Dad and the 3 kittens stand on the bed and watch the birds looking at each other.
I'm not going to eat you. I think I'm not going to eat you.
Well, they're in cages, but there's 2 of them. But I told God about a month ago, because I get these visions, and while you're sleeping, I hear knocking on my window upstairs, and that's where I sleep upstairs over my garage. I built an addition. I look out there, and it's like something like this, but it's moving, and it stops and looks at me, and I said, I did everything you told me to do. And I shut the curtains, and that was it. But I'm being watched. Even the government watches me.
Oh, man.
I know what's coming.
What's coming?
That's for a lot of people.
Yeah?
Yeah, nobody can put two and two together.
What do you mean?
Well, remember when Obama was president?
Yeah.
I drove him.
Right.
I didn't like him.
Okay.
And even his new wife don't like him now.
What do you mean his
New wife.
What wife he's got.
Oh, yeah, Michelle.
Oh, Michelle?
Yeah, she don't like him either now.
I think Michelle's awesome.
Oh, that's her. But Obama ain't.
Okay. So, well, hang on. While we're doing this, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Jim, hold up that beer. We're going to do the Cleveland. We got to keep this Cleveland. You got to put it in the camera.
Keep it in Cleveland.
Yeah. Masthead IPA.
Masthead IPA.
And we're going to about crack open one of these. We're not getting paid by Masthead, just so you know. We're just doing this because we like to do Cleveland things. But anyway, so, Bob.
Remember when...
I got to tell you, Bob, I don't like any politician.
I don't either. Cause they're
You know
all,
what I mean?
They're all
So,
bullshitters.
they're all crooked, right?
They want me to come to Washington. So I don't go, because I won't last.
Yeah.
Three days, you'll find out that I died.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to die yet. I did it twice. I don't want to do it 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? You're not a cat. You don't have 9 of them.
No, cats don't have 9 either.
Well, according to the play cats, they do.
So, all right. So, tell me about. I'm sure anyone that would want to watch this would want to. What was Harvey Pekar like, man? You drove that guy.
He was.
Right?
He had his own little fantasy.
Yeah.
When you're in the movies, that's what happens.
Right.
It's like Newt Gingrich says, when they gonna make a movie about you? I said, Paramount Pictures is supposed to be doing something, you know. And then another guy did something. He put it on a disc, and I don't know how to use the disc. So Newt Gingrich says, how can you write all these books and you don't know nothing about computers? I said, that's the way I stay alive. He said, what does that mean? He said, well, who helps you type everything out? So I write by hand, because I'm a bad speller, and some of the women that do it for me, they fix everything up, and then they send it to get it typed out. And then I put it all together. Then he did some artwork for me, and goes with some of the stories.
So yeah, I want to say that like I said, I met Bob I was working in the baggage claim department over at Continental Airlines, and he was a limo driver, and he was like, hey, you know anyone that does artwork, you know? I was like, well, I do. So in my downtime at work, he would tell me what to draw, you know, these different drawings and stuff like that, and I would make like little cartoons of him and doing things, and you know, and apparently he has conversations with like supernatural forces and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was strange. You know,
It is strange.
and one guy says to me, he says, "You don't drink or nothing?" I said, "No, why?" I said, there's a guy from China told me a long time ago, if you don't want to get fat, you don't want to get sick, take maggots. Find some good maggots. Don't chew them, but swallow them. They go into your intestines, the stomach and stuff, and clean everything out. Then you poop them out.
Maggots? Maggots don't get eaten up by your stomach?
No.
No?
I told this one doctor I used to drive, and he said, "Boy, you got some weird people." I said, "Yeah, ain't that something?" He said, "You try with them?" I said, "No, I ain't eat no maggots." He said, "You don't have to eat them, just swallow them." I said, "No, I don't want to do that either, because you have to poop them out, it comes out your butt. I don't want to do that."
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
And he looks at us, he thinks I'm not joking. I got documents and everything, prove everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even George Bush, he says, "I can't understand who you really are." Mrs. Bush says, "That's all right, because he's a good-looking guy."
Oh, yeah.
So they sent me pictures.
Barbara had it right. Barbara was like, "You're a good-looking dude. You got it."
She sent me pictures of her and her husband. I got them on my cell phone, too.
What do you got there, Bob?
Huh?
What do you got there?
This?
Bob's
Yeah.
got a book.
I got a couple of them. I brought
Just
this one.
put that right up in front of your face.
put it
there.
right up in
yeah.
front.
What do you got there?
This way people won't recognize who I am.
Yeah, right.
Like that?
Okay. So I remember I did that artwork.
Yeah. Good artwork.
Yeah, that's Hollywood Bob's eye. It's the evil Bob. You're possessed or something? I don't know.
You want to see some of the pictures?
Yeah.
He's in one.
Huh?
You're in one.
I am?
Yep, I'll show you.
Can't wait.
In Washington, they didn't like that.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Channel 3. I remember that one. Wow. That was a long time ago.
Like Newt says, "You only went to 8th grade." I said, "I got arrested." For what? I said, "I robbed banks." And this is what he made me look like.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's... It's an interesting read, I'll tell you that.
Well, I did like this because there's true stories in this, but if they see the pictures, then they think, what is this guy real or what? You get to live longer. Because I don't want to be like Jim Traffic and dead.
Yeah.
Because some of the people who went to Washington, they got killed because they know too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Yeah, because you know the whole Clinton story too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Hillary is a jerk. Hate to say it, Hillary.
No, I mean no. I can kind of agree
when
with
she
that.
ran for president. When she ran for president, who she had with in Cleveland?
I don't know.
LeBron James.
What?
Yep, and I used to drive him.
Okay.
I got tired of his bullshit.
Yeah.
I left him at Johnny's. And then the Cavaliers quit me after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I told him, I said, I don't care. He never tipped anybody. He's a bullshitter.
Right.
And all he's trying to do is get laid.
Well, I'll tell you what. I actually served LeBron James at a bar, and he tipped pretty well. Yeah.
It wasn't his money.
Yeah.
well, I guess there's a rule about that. Like when it comes to tabs and things that have to deal with money via like entertainment and being the LeBron's server, you had to go directly to LeBron's manager.
Yep.
And LeBron's manager will pay the bill and tip you.
That's right.
And that's what happened a couple different times at Punch Bowl. And he took care of us. So I got nothing bad to say about LeBron. I never got.
I do it. He does drugs
tip
and
from
stuff.
him.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he still does it, but
If he's doing drugs and he's staying off the DL, good job, LeBron.
I'll tell you what. He didn't drink much. I'll tell you that.
He passed out on the Punch Bowl couch once.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Probably not from drinking, because I'll
He
tell
was
you what.
probably just tired.
I was gonna
No.
say he didn't drink a lot.
You know, he did fall asleep and then you had to then they were like keeping people from taking pictures of him.
Oh, here, let's go. Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
Look at
that.
that.
she tried to talk me into coming to California with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
But I
She's a
couldn't-
little
I
sweet.
couldn't-
I'd have went to California, man.
Yeah, I couldn't leave my kids.
Wait,
Yeah.
when you were
Well,
in the,
that's a good reason.
when you were in the limo, did you stop yourself from saying, "Hey, can you reenact that scene from Sleepless in Seattle"?
No, I don't do that.
Can you just do that one scene? Do it once. Uh-oh.
Bob's blowing up over here.
Hollywood Bob's blowing up on the phone. Uh-oh.
This is Hollywood. Can I help you?
Hi, Hollywood Bob.
Yes.
I'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
Meg,
but you know,
can
what phone
do
number
that
did you
scene?"
call me on?
Man, it was great.
Oh, okay. And what's the? Well, I tried to call. I tried to call you.
Bob's
but
taking a phone
didn't-
call
I'm glad you
while
called
we're
me.
doing
That's
this podcast.
Hey, we're gonna cheers. We're gonna cheers to Bob's
What's
phone call.
the
Cheers.
what's the street number? I mean, that's the street number.
There you go. Yeah. Cheers. Whoa, dude, you got a tall boy. It's a that's
FARM.
Greg's Mountain Dew AMC.
So,
Okay.
here, this is
I'll
a
be
good
there
point
tomorrow
to
morning at
talk
7
about
o'clock.
these sausages.
So
So,
while he's talking, it's gonna be hard to edit that.
no, it's fine. Yeah. So,
Yeah, these are straight from State Meats.
so hold one of those up and put one of those,
Here we got these
put one
guys
of
right
those
here.
sausages in your mouth.
This is a pretty good smoky right here. Pretty
Yeah.
nice, decent size.
Okay, so you what?
Yeah, it's very
Okay,
How is
garlicky.
it?
I
They're
punched
good.
the GPS.
I dig it.
I'll tell you what, those sausages
So-
are great. I always enjoyed State Meats.
I'll see you in the
Ever since,
morning.
Jim and I
No,
working at
no,
the Jigsaw.
thank you.
Not working there, but
Okay,
we
bye-bye.
basically
enough.
worked there. You know, because we're
There a
playing
lot.
music there a lot. And I did an art show one time, and we had State Meats cater the event.
Oh, yeah?
We had Jim Beam there. We had a bunch of artists. Hollywood Bob was actually at that art show.
Oh yeah.
I'm
promoting his
everywhere.
book. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm in Russia.
Steve has some art going on right now.
Omnipresent Bob. You're omnipresent.
Well, it's funny because the president of Russia told Putin, "Who the hell's this guy? He's my bodyguard. He has a gun." I said, "No, I don't carry guns anymore because these local cops will shoot you." Because they tried that twice.
Oh shoot.
The young generation, you don't belong with a gun. So we don't. And I tell them, there you go. Especially Solon, because I'm still screwing around with them. Because I went to sue them, and they don't like that.
They don't like to get sued.
No, because I proved them wrong. You don't look like a bodyguard. And I said, look in the mirror. Look at the people walking around. I sit there in the car and stuff. I don't look like these people.
No.
How old are you?
40.
Okay, I talk to guys because they tease me. How old are you, Hollywood? And I tell them 82.
Man, I think you don't look a day over 40 to me.
I'm 73 years old. June 3rd, 1946.
46. Wow, that was seriously just, 4 years after World War II.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they was putting me in as somebody from up there brought me
Well, that
down
was like
there.
2 years.
Yeah.
It was like a year or two after.
Right. Yeah.
But my books tell you exactly everybody I've been with. And like
I think when you were born, like women still couldn't vote.
No, they could vote.
Could they vote?
Yeah.
I don't
Black people
vote.
couldn't
I don't vote. Do you
No.
vote?
Yeah, could they?
Well, maybe. Who knows? Like, it's kind of debatable whether or not today they can vote. So,
Well, in the 40s, there definitely were no laws that regulated how they treated the handicapped.
Right.
yeah.
There were, 40 handicaps in one room and 2 nurses, and that's how they took care of them until JFK came into office,
Yeah.
and that's when they regulated how the handicapped were taken care of.
Wow.
So the country is constantly changing.
Well, it's going to be really bad pretty soon. Because they already got stuff set up in the United States for some bad stuff coming.
I don't know. It's all bad. Like,
No,
like
this has to do with-
it's. I've heard that my entire life. Like my entire 40 years on Earth, it's always been, man, bad times are coming.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
talking
mean?
about
And it's like, well, it sucks now. So it just so who cares?
But it's also not bad now.
No, it's not terrible.
It
they got
could be
nuclear.
better.
They
Could
got
be worse.
nuclear. Hey, they got nuclear bombs set in the United States for it to go off.
Yeah.
So one FBI says, I asked him, I said, why don't you tell people that? I have grandkids. I said, how about other people have grandkids? Don't they count? My grandkids count. I said, you work for the government? They said, why don't you get on TV, you do it. I said, no, I don't vote. I said, I know what's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
Well, we protect you all the time. I said, that's good.
All right. So Bob, what do you think about this new guy in the presidency? What do you think about this guy?
Trump?
Yeah.
I teased him about his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front, he's got his hanging down to try to cover his baldness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. They were actually today. One of the teachers I was working with, I'm a driver instructor right now. I'm training to be one, and the guy who was driving the car, he had the presidential dollars, and I didn't realize that that's what they're doing now. They're putting all the presidents on the dollar coin.
Okay.
And I was wondering, I was like, man, I wonder what that Trump dollar coin's going to look like. Is it going to be like him, like,
Oh yeah. In all its fucking glory.
You know what's crazy is because in England, Great Britain, or whatever, they elected a guy that's got crazy.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah, crazy hair.
Well, yeah.
Like, what's up with that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like that whole entire pattern.
Yeah.
Of just
that?
Well, the thing is that,
disheveled like buffoons that look like they're an unmade bed,
no, I just think that there's
and we
a lot
give
of
them a
guys.
job that they're not qualified
They
for.
can't accept that they're going bald. Like me, you, we went, hey, and Steve here, we went, hey, we're going bald. Okay.
Yeah, thanks
I'm
for
not gonna-
outing me.
Sorry, man. I'm not trying to cover this up with some kind of. It's like kind
It
of.
just
comb
means we have
over.
too much testosterone, is what it means. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are going bald, but there's a
doesn't.
lot
It
of
just
guys
means
that are
we're going
like,
bald.
you know what, I'm going to keep the sides, or I'm going to grow this out and then cover it up, and then you know.
But, I see guys polishing their head up there.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather do. I wouldn't polish my head. Why would that? But that, yes, that is a thing. It's also a thing for guys to get the hairline airbrushed onto their head. So
Yeah.
where all the spaces are, they shave it real short, and then they get it airbrushed on there.
Well, I
so it looks
told-
like you have more hair.
I told one of my customers what you should do is get somebody to put a magic marker, say I'm looking for a woman. His wife didn't like that.
Yeah.
Get a magic marker. or remember back in the day they had the stuff that you could spray on your hair to cover up the baldness, and then they showed Newman in that Seinfeld episode,
Right.
And he's like sweating in the steam room, and it just starts dripping down his face. You know, all that stuff he was spraying on his head to make it look like he wasn't bald. I say if you're going bald, you know, you might as well just go with it, because when you can't do the comb over, you can't do any of those things, just shave it all off.
So I have a buddy that he's got enough, you know, and there's the stuff that you spray, and it like makes it look fuller, which is like amazing, actually. But if you don't, you know, if you I don't know. He says you can go to like Italy or some other country, and it's like $2,000. That's a modest price, and then they'll do the surgical implant and put the hair on your head, and then you'll be.
It's a painful process.
And then you'll be like the guy with the hair for the next 20 years. You bought yourself a little bit of time, I guess. I don't know. I don't care.
I want
really
to spend $2,000 to tell everybody I don't have a personality. You know, and just.
Yeah.
I mean, like
sucks.
what's the point? It's like you're not fooling anybody. Like everyone can tell. You know, like I don't care how good it is.
But seriously,
like,
though,
it still looks like
as
it
we're
doesn't
talking
look
about
right.
baldness, though, Hollywood Bob, you're 73 years old. You have a full head of hair, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I want you to know that. It's gorgeous.
I dye my hair.
But still, it's
Well,
all
I mean,
there.
we know.
It's there.
I've been dyeing.
But you still have it, though.
You have it.
Super glue.
Super glue. Just
but
Gorilla Glue that shit.
Yeah, it's glued on, man.
Yeah,
It's cool.
it's cool.
I had one of my customers. He said, "You know, my husband says you're really strange. Here's what we can do. Next time you pick us up, color your hair pink, wear shorts, and he'll give you $100." I said, "Tell your husband to stick it up his ass."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
Such bullshit. I thought you were going to say, yeah, I did it. And
No,
No. I'm not doing some stupid shit for $100.
for anything.
No one wants to see me in shorts.
I mean, I do.
Well, so you're the only one.
he's not, Steve, he's not the only one that wants to see your shorts.
Like Daisy Dukes.
I never had
Daisy
any-
Dukes.
The
No.
jeans, the
Nobody
jeans Daisy
really
Dukes,
wants to see
those
that.
bad jeans Daisy Dukes with the cops, with the pockets falling out the bottom.
It's like, why is there a sausage hanging down to your knees, Steve?
Yeah.
Those man Dukes. Might as well be a small denim skirt that has just been attacked by a lawnmower. You remember those?
Yeah, I would have to wear culottes. Like, remember culottes back in the day?
No, what is
When
that?
we were kids, they
What
were
do you
kind of
do?
like shorts, but it's kind of like a skirt, but like only like shorts. They're like really baggy shorts for no fucking reason.
Like a skort?
Like a
yeah,
skirt.
skort.
Yeah.
They call them culottes.
And did guys wear those?
No,
Oh. Okay.
no.
But they do now, probably.
Oh, if they wear rompers, they wear culottes.
Oh yeah. I still think Steve is onto something with fake hearing aids.
Oh yeah.
Apathetic.
hipsters?
colors.
That's a few episods ago, actually.
Yeah. You got
the designer
Designer
fake
aids.
hearing aids
In ironic colors.
in ironic colors. I say apathetic colors.
You too
Colors.
can wear a hearing aid for the disability you don't have.
Yeah, dude,
You
you'll be the
know.
coolest.
I know. Go
All you have
along
to
with your
do-
oxygen tank and fucking
Yeah.
Knee
Oh, you're
brace.
onto something now. A matching oxygen tank to the color of the hearing aid. All the mumble rappers will be doing it. You wait.
Well, I just made
It's
up
gonna
the-
be huge.
I just said that just because everybody was like, it was like all of a sudden cool to wear fucking glasses.
When you don't
you know?
have to have glasses.
When you don't have to have glasses.
When people with glasses are like, man, I have to wear those. Like, I don't want to wear them.
Yeah, it's not like
But-
I'd go up to somebody with crutches and just pull
Man,
their
your crutches
crutches
are
out
so
from under
cool.
and just go, hey, these
Those are the
work
coolest
really well.
crutches, dude. Can I have them in camo?
Oh man. So, all right. So what are we doing here? Bob, I asked you a question earlier, and you kind of avoided it.
What was the question?
RVP car.
I liked him.
Tell me about him. Like, what did you think? What's going on with that guy? I mean, I'm sure you have some stories.
Well, Harvey has passed on. Rest his soul.
Yeah, but he was a cool man.
Yeah. Tell
And
us
he
about
put
him.
you in a story, and I actually made it into that story too because I knew Bob, and like what the fuck, right?
I just don't like what he did when he died.
What do you do?
They starved him.
Yeah.
I don't like people like that.
What do you mean they starved him?
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. They treat him like a pig.
Why was he in a nursing home or something?
No, it was in his house. I forget what. Yeah. Nobody took care of him. He had money. That's what happens when you have money.
Well, I know that when he was on the Anthony Bourdain episode of can't remember. the
No
name.
reservations.
No Reservations. When he was on No Reservations, Anthony Bourdain and Harvey Picar and Toby had sat down and had lunch, and at that time, Harvey Picar was all about being vegetarian because of the cancer diagnosis, and
Okay.
research has shown that eating nothing but vegetables does reverse, or can not reverse cancer, but make it dormant.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to start doing that then. I have cancer.
You do.
You have cancer?
What kind of cancer you got?
The one doctor I used to drive to the airport, he said I got skin cancer.
Really?
Huh?
Is it? Because there's like a not bad one, and then there's a bad one.
Well, I put medicine all the time on it.
Yeah.
And here, and backs and everything else. Not on my legs yet.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, man, that sucks. But
I told the one guy, I says, he said, you're not afraid of dying? I said, no, who's going to bury me? I says, Cleveland Police said if I died, they want to come to the funeral. I'm going to put my hands like this. I want to get cremated. And they want to get cremated. Then they want to take my ashes and put them in a plane, go over Lake Erie and shoot them out there.
that's the way I'd want. Cremate me and throw me over Mother Erie, man.
I don't know. I have the option of burial at sea, but I'm not going to do it.
So Bob, he's a veteran.
Who is?
I am.
This guy right here.
I'm not a veteran. I help people in the service and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to shoot some people for them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wild.
I mean, it's
It's like chief of police in Chagrin. He says, "I can't believe who you are, Hollywood." I said, "Well, I can't either." I said, "When I was a kid, my real father was a Jew, and then he did something with my mom,
yeah.
and then
Towards him a little bit.
I don't know what happened after that. And then I just found out I've been looking to see who all my family were through the years. And my real father was really a bad guy. He used to beat up everybody. And I said, that's one thing I never did. When I was a Hell's Angel, I used to beat up people in the bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing up, where'd you grow up at?
One place was 71st and Harvard.
Okay.
Because when I go downtown, I always look to see what the places look like.
Yeah.
I would never want to live down there again.
No, that's not the best neighborhood right now.
No.
My dad wasn't that far from there.
Yeah.
Then I
My
went
dad grew up on Bellevue, the Bellevue neighborhood. That's where my dad was.
And then my real stepdad, we moved to Chagrin Falls. Where the rich people live in the fantasy world?
Yeah.
Do you know the Margarettes?
No.
Oh, okay.
But Chagrin Falls is like a fantasy world. But now
it is.
It's not like. So then I started fixing tires, truck tires and stuff for Tom Coonley. And then from there, I forgot what I went after that. And then the government looking for me. So, because people look at me, they think I do drugs. I don't do drugs. Because I told one FBI guy, I said, you do drugs, and you're going to try to get laid by a woman, it's going to fall apart. So they started laughing at me.
So you never did drugs?
No.
No? No cocaine, no marijuana, nothing?
And when I used to pick up people, if they did that in my car, they were out.
Yeah.
I don't like that stuff because you get accused of that.
Yeah.
And City of Solon tried that a couple times. They were trying to get rid of me, so they accused me of doing drugs, and I proved them wrong.
So you know my dad, and I found that out when we were doing the art show, and you came over and you were kind of, I had you on because he's an artist, really. He's writing these books. He came to the art show, and he met my dad, and that's when I realized you knew my dad. I never really elaborated on that. Can you tell me how you know my dad?
When you get old as I am, you forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
These seats are bad.
Yeah. So Rocco DeLiberato. No.
No.
All right.
When you get old as I am, you kind of forget everything.
Well, my dad was deputy sheriff for 40 years in Cuyahoga County. You might know him.
What's his name?
James Prokop, same as mine.
I don't remember all
Never
that
know.
stuff.
He's just done a lot. My dad did mainly transport, and I'd never seen. My dad every couple years would come home, broken nose, teeth marks, like all messed up. Those people are animals. Some lady had butted him in the middle of court, broke his nose, bit down on his shoulder, took a chunk out. Like it was pretty wild, and I'll always remember that. Man. So now, when people are like, "Hey, man, your daddy was like a police officer for so many years," and I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, man. I really don't want to have to deal with that. I'm just gonna go over here and play drums and do art, and that's what I like to do.
Well, that's why I started writing books. Because what I did was, Newt Gingrich says to me, he says, "You gonna put me in your book?" I said, "No, you're not. You're not exciting."
Yeah, but he is all ears.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that dude can hear somebody fart in China.
But I've been with different people from different countries, and that's like I told one guy. I said, that was my benefit of being in Chagrin Falls, being an 8th grader, and I get to see all these people. Been with all these people, and they think I'm weird.
Hey,
this gentleman here thinks I'm weird too.
I don't think you're weird.
Really?
Yeah.
no, we're learning about you, which makes you not weird.
I'm just listening.
I tell you what, I guess the
listening.
day of your birthday within 3 days.
Okay.
Ready?
Sure.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Well, it was a Tuesday, so I guess.
You're close enough.
Close enough.
You know who taught me that one?
One.
Bishop Hiller.
Oh yeah.
He said, "You scare these people. So tell them that you guess the day of your birthday within 3 days. There's only 7 days in a week."
Yeah, exactly.
I still to this day, I still do that to people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. When when I was working at the airport and you were coming in, I would have passengers come in, and I have to be all professional. But he doesn't work for the airline, so he doesn't have to. And you would say some crazy stuff to some people. Say talk to the devil, this and that, whatever.
Well,
These people are like, they don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
I had this about 4 months ago. I was at the airport picking up something because I don't do too much airport anymore because everybody's doing it for free. So I'm standing there with one of the cops, Angelo, and he says, "There's a lady coming down. She says she got a stiff neck. We told her that you're a doctor. So why would you do that?" They had cameras. They're going to film what I was going to do to her. So I said, "Okay, I'll go with this." So they brought her over there. She says, "What's your name?" I said, "Dr. Hollywood." She says, and they had a seat and everything set up. I said, they told me you had a stiff neck. I said, "Here, let me show you how to get rid of it." So I took my thumb and worked it in for about 3 minutes. And I said, "Sit down for a second." She said, "Why?" I said, "I'm going to show you how to get rid of it." I watched these guys getting the cameras ready to do this. So she sat down. She had them tongs shoes.
Like flip flops.
Flip flops.
Yeah. So I said, bring your leg up. So she brought it up. I took it off. She said, what are you doing? I'm gonna get ready all your headaches and stuff for 3 months. So I went like this. Took the bottom of her feet. Went like this. Here, give me. Let me show you something. Open your hand like that. What's that feel like?
Like nails.
Well, to a woman, she jumps up, she pees herself. The cops and everything was filming this. They got suspended for a week.
Oh,
Wow.
And then I wasn't allowed in the airport for a month.
So you scratched her foot?
I didn't scratch her. I went like this.
Oh, okay.
Back.
Oh, okay. Because no, the only reason why I ask is I used to practice Hapkido, and we used to similar scenario. If we had headaches, there's actually a pressure point in your foot, second knuckle, second toe, and you apply pressure to it, and you can literally feel the headache kind of fade
Right.
a little bit, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an instantaneous thing.
Well,
But,
they got suspended for a week,
oh yeah, I'm sure they did.
but it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't go to the airport that much anymore. There's no business.
Bob's been in some trouble. You've been in some trouble, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you were a kid and stuff like that.
So when you robbed the bank at 13,
Yeah.
I didn't get no money.
well, did they couldn't lock you up? What did they do with you?
They had the chief come and talk to me. We're going to have a court appearance. They're going to put you in detention home. So, okay.
And that's when the chief, he liked him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he died, I went to the funeral. That's what I do. People help you. I stick around.
Yeah.
So I told Cleveland Police, I said, when I die, just make sure my hands and nails are like this on my chest. Make sure my family ain't there, because fuck them.
No, you can swear.
You can swear.
You can swear. Just derogatory comments towards people.
Don't you have better seats?
Oh, you want a better seat? Hang
No,
on, hold
you get a cushion or
You
something?
want to pause it for a second?
Wait, actually, let's just take a break
We're
real
gonna take
quick.
a break.
And then we're gonna get a more comfortable seat for Bob, and then we're gonna come back, and this is gonna be the next week's episode. All right. So yeah, here we go.
But it